Hey guys, it's Rich with your Monday Spot on the Pagan Perspective. Sorry about the glare and lighting situation. I'm hoping to have that fixed within the next week or so. But anyway, this week's topic comes from Amber, who I'm going to put the entirety of the topic situation in the bottom bar. But basically what they're getting at is that they have currently been working more and more with the goddess Hestia, and know that Hestia is not a deity that really gets a lot of recognition or isn't fairly well known within the pagan community. So they were wondering if we know of any other deities that are not commonly worked with within paganism in general, and if we work with any of those deities ourselves, that type of stuff. So anyway, one that comes to mind is the goddess Sophia that I work with. You don't hear a lot about the Sophian tradition outside of Gnosticism or Christopaganism. So I would have to say that Sophia is one of those deities out there that is kind of lesser known. As you guys know, as a Christopagan, I also work with the Christ figure taught in Christianity as part of my Christopaganism. So I don't think that Christ really gets a lot of recognition as a deity outside of Christianity. Of course, in Christianity, he has a lot of followers. So I don't think in paganism, Christ, either as an avatar or as a deity type of figure, really gets a lot of recognition. So I'd like to throw that name in there. But back to Sophia, and outside of Gnosticism and Christopaganism, she really doesn't get a lot of face time. I think the other deity that I was thinking about whenever I was thinking of this question was, I want to say it's Ashara. I believe it's with the Sumerian traditions, or the Middle Eastern traditions and whatnot. And I haven't done a lot of research on her, but it's compared to Sophia in a way that they may be the same deity in different languages and whatnot. And I'd like to do a lot more research on this. Like I said, I don't know a lot about her, so I can't really speak that intelligently on it yet. So on that topic. So I'd like to research that a lot more, and maybe I'll talk about that more on my personal channel. But those are a couple of deities that I have been interested in. Another one that I don't think has a lot of followers as a patron deity is Pan, which I've said in the past that I have worked with Pan in my practice, more focusing on sexuality and accepting homosexuality in my life and whatnot, not necessarily condoning the rampant sexual acts that Pan has been portrayed as having, and certainly not condoning some of those sexual acts, but seeing that Pan being comfortable in his sexuality and his way of, being a sexual being has really brought me more comfort with accepting that I'm a homosexual and, being comfortable with that being a part of my life. So working with Pan has brought that into my practice, that aspect of acceptance and being okay with who I am in myself. So I don't see that many people working with Pan, and maybe it's because Pan is a more sexual being, or maybe it's because outside of the sexual nature, I don't know how deep working with Pan can really get. I think that Pan was really in my life for that reason, and that was one of the lessons that I had to learn. So, certain deities come into your life, maybe for a season. They come in to teach you a couple things about yourself, help you work through some stuff, and then they kind of not fade away or leave, but they are not uh, a deity that defines your practice. So, if that makes sense. I hope I'm saying that intelligently enough. And I think that's all that I have for this week. So, yeah, coming up a little bit late. I do apologize for that. I had to spend like 3 hours, literally 3 hours of my life at the DMV today. Horror. Anyway, hopefully I can actually get a decent setup and start making videos on my personal channel here within the next week or so. It's been absolutely crazy, and I do apologize for no videos on my personal channel lately, as I had previously promised. So anyway, let me know what deities that you guys have worked with in your own practice. Let me know all that in the bottom bar. I always love learning about different deities that I haven't either researched or haven't even heard of. So I'd love to know what type of deities that you work with that are kind of lesser known. I mean, a lot of people are talking about working with the Morgan and working with Hecate and working with Bridget, and you know, you don't hear that many about some of these lesser known deities out there. So I'd really be interested in hearing what you guys have to share. So go ahead and leave comments in the bottom bar. I love reading the comments. I do read them usually about a week or so after I make a video. So I love reading the comments, love hearing what you guys have to share. And yeah, I'd love to hear what you guys have to share on this topic. So anyway, until next time, may you have love, hugs, and ladybugs. Bye-bye.